What's up, y'all? Good evening. Good evening. I don't know if most of you guys know, but I have a podcast. It's called Black Women Don't Black. Like I was saying, I have a podcast that's called Black Women Don't Black, and basically the name behind the whole podcast is, let's just admit it, like, black women are the most disrespected, people in this country or in this world. So I wanted to, come up with a name that basically, describe what we have to do. When I say Black Women Don't Black, is basically not allowing people to make you come out of character, because when you feel like you have the right to come out of character, because trust and believe, there's been times that even, it could be in a job place, it could be within your family, it don't matter where you at, what space you're in. I feel like a lot of times, sometimes we are pushed to a point where, and when you do lash out, it's like, why she's acting like the typical black woman. So that's where I came up with the Black Women Don't Black. Shout out to Mo for doing my logo for me. So that's why with tonight's episode is basically we speaking on bisexual women and why the lesbians, not the lesbians, but lesbians tend to discriminate against bisexual women. Also, I wanted to, get others' input on why is that, and, try to get an understanding of why people feel the way they do. So I'm waiting till a few more people tune in, then I'll get into it. Okay? What's up, sis? So, like I was saying, basically tonight's topics is going to cover bisexual women and them facing, I should say, being discriminated against by lesbians. So, I'm probably going to give it 2 or 3 more minutes before I really get into it. My whole point of doing this whole topic is because I never understood lesbians, I could say, that say I would never date a bisexual woman. Or if somebody tells them, like, I'm bisexual, I date men and women, and they be like, nah, I'm good. But in the same token, I'm guilty of that. We will go chase a straight woman. I don't know if it's the chase or the high off of it that, allows to feel like, yeah, she said she don't date women, so I'm gonna make it my business to, as we use the term, turn her out. So, like I said, I want to get some feedback from a few people, especially those in the lesbian community. Why is it that, we feel the way we feel? We won't date a bisexual, a woman actually that comes out saying bisexual, but we will turn around and date a straight woman that never, ever been with a woman. Never had any type of sexual interaction with a woman, and we will go ahead and date a straight woman. So let me know how y'all feel about that. And I'm about to call somebody that I know that's as bisexual. So, and y'all can listen to the conversation. Okay? Hold up for a sec. Yo, hello.
Hello?
Yo, I'm live. I'm not gonna say your name, but I'm basically like I said, I like I told you earlier, I was gonna call you and ask you about the whole, being bisexual, or if I don't know if you consider yourself that, or somebody that has been with other females. How do you feel about when lesbians are a little iffy about dating a woman that's been with a man and a woman? How does that make you feel if they say like, I don't want to deal with someone that has history with a man?
Well, for me, I have not experienced that. I have seen it, I've seen it before. I mean, it's crazy. Why should you care if somebody's with this person, that person, then with this gender, that gender? It's crazy to me. It shouldn't matter, right? You love who you love, you like what you like, and that's it.
But for me, it's like, like, I personally don't care. But do you feel like most lesbians that said that they don't want to have any type of involvement with someone that's bisexual? Is it because it doesn't give them that high of chasing, someone or accomplish something and say that I got another one under my belt? Do you feel like it's that, or But like you say, you never experienced that, so.
Right. It could be that some people they just don't like it. No, hey, you don't like it, that's fine. But it's some people who just peg it on to be like, oh, I don't like this, and that. Oh, that's disgusting, or whatever the case may be. When it leads to something like that, I feel like, I mean, why are you mad? What's the whole purpose of it? I understand, but I do understand when some people say, oh, this is my preference. I prefer to be with somebody who's, full on this and that, and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
So I have a question. I'm gonna keep you on a little longer because I don't know if my other two people that I wanted to ask about it. So I have a question. When was your first interaction with a woman, and do you still have? Would you consider yourself bisexual now, or is you're just with men?
My first time actually was when I was, oh my gosh, when I was little. I was like 6, 7 years old. It's crazy because I didn't know what that was. I had all these type of feelings and stuff like that. So that was my first time, but sexually, I didn't get into things like that until maybe I was a teenager. But would I consider myself as bisexual? Because I'm married to a man now. I don't consider myself straight, but I guess I don't consider myself bisexual because I mean I like everything.
So if we go, so what do you mean you like everything? What you mean by that? You gotta give me.
I think because of who I am, I probably would have dated a transgender. I would have dated male to female, female to male. Um, that's just me. I don't care. I don't have like those type of preferences. Um, if you make me happy, then that's just it. Nothing else matters.
So let me ask you a little spicy question right there, right? We got a few people on the gram right now. I got you on the phone, but I'm not gonna mention your name. So let me ask a question. If your husband asked you for a threesome, would you, would you entertain that idea? But since you already like women, so
my husband is. I have brought it to his attention. I have asked him that.
Yeah, I hate
and
people.
He's more of a quiet type person. So for him, he said he would do it for me for it to be enjoyable. He wouldn't really join.
Oh. So basically,
He's more of a quiet person.
So he gonna give you the whole dinner, so you could, you know what I'm saying? I feel you. No, you know what I'm saying? I ain't hating, but that's what's up. So since, like I said, you know, you never really. So when would you of what age that you really had your first encounter with a woman? Like what age?
I would say maybe like around 13. That's young. Like, I was doing stuff when I was young, you know, not like, you know, the aggressiveness of it all. So about 13.
All right, so let me see. What would you say? Not preteen, or I'm not gonna say 13, but let's just say 21. So when I'm gonna just say in college, right? Did you have any encounter with a female, or was your, you know, your experience with, like, 1 minute you would be with a guy and 1 minute you would be a female? Was it like that, or you would be with a female for a long period of time? Then if y'all break up, then you would go to a male. Was it like that? And when you was with that individual, let's just say you was with a male, when you see female, did you feel like there was some type of urge where, like, you know, I'm in a relationship, but, you know?
When I was 21, when I was in college, when I moved to New York, I already had a whole established relationship with a young lady, and I was like full on with her. I did not look at any man at all because that wasn't my full on blown interest. So at 21, I was not interested in no man. I was in a full blown relationship with a woman, with a female.
So how long was that relationship?
We talked for like 5-6 years. Yeah.
So how was the experience? Was it all right? So was that just like experience, or it's a trial run? You know, like 21, you of age, you're grown enough, you know, to make this your own decision. So do you feel like it was one of them situations where I'm just testing the waters? You know, some of us are, you know, some people are trisexual, you know, bisexuals, you know. So do you feel like you was in one of them moments where you were just trying stuff, or it was just like, you know, I really love this person?
I was really in the for her to the point where we thought that we were going to get married. She was at that stage where she wanted to marry me, but I think I was not ready at the time because I didn't want to be married at 21.
Okay.
You know,
I feel
like
you.
I still wanted to live my life and find out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, who I wanted to be, and who I wanted to be with. But at that time, I loved her very much, and you know, it was what it was.
All right. So my next question to you is, right? So like you said, you have had relationships, you know, with a woman before, been in a relationship. How does your family feel about that? You know?
Oh man, I have many stories of that. I always tell my husband, my husband has not met my father yet, but I always tell him, you know, when he meets you, he's gonna love you regardless, because you
He's
know,
a man.
my father did not like the idea of it because he didn't want me to be gay at all. He didn't like it. My mom, she hated it so much. I remember one time, back in MySpace days, I had pictures of you know, stuff, and somebody went back and told my mom it wasn't what it was. It was actually just me and a friend taking a picture. Somebody exaggerated it, you know, and my mom just called me and just, I mean, went off. And I mean, she came home, she cried, she asked me all these questions. She did not like it at all. But
go ahead.
Later down the line, she accepted it, and the person that I was with, she loved her. And when I say she loved her, she genuinely loved her. My mom, my sister, they loved her, and to this day, they still talk about her.
So I have this question. My next question is like, how did that affect your relationship with your parents? Because I feel like, at least from my perspective, I feel like sometimes being bisexual, it might be a little harder, I guess more difficult for some individual, being that, you know, you like both, you know, and like you said, you're one of those that like everything. Yeah, I heard what she said, people. She trisexual, so you hear what she said. But like I was saying, like, you know, they feel like, cause sometimes, like, I feel like when people say they're bisexual, they thinking that you just confused, you know, you don't know what you want, you just, you know, playing games, and that's, to me, that's not what it is. It's just like you like what you like, you know. Every season is for, you know, for different reasons. So how did that affect you? Like, you know, as far as, you know, them, did they ever say like, you know, maybe you're just confused, you don't know what you want, you know, what is it?
Well, when I was dating, they said I didn't know what I want. You know, they said it was a phase. You know, even my cousin who's gay, full on, she's a stud, as you will call it. You know, she sat down with me and she was like, "Yo, this for you. I think this is I think this is just you experimenting." But I mean, at the time, it wasn't for me, because I have been with women more than I have been with men, and in my life, and I'm still young, I've only been in a relationship with 2 men. So yeah.
Okay, so, you know, so like I said, you know, so basically your family came back around. It's not like they really distanced themselves from you.
Yeah, and I think in, like, especially in a Black community and Caribbean community, like, you know, especially the families, you know, they X that out. But my family in general, they just, I was shocked how, you know, fast they came around. You know, my dad, he was kind of upset for a while when, like, he kind of backed off and things like that. He even, like, asked me, "Oh, you know, before he dies," and I'm like, "What do you mean before you die? You know, before I die, you know, you'll come out of this phase."
Oh wow.
So
I'm sorry to hear that, you know, but at least it worked out for you. But, you know, so what you want to, since you say you like everything, what you want to say to, you know, all the people on the live, I'm not gonna say your name, like I said, you know, about being bisexual. I like you said, you don't consider yourself bisexual because you like everything. Yeah, I hear that.
right.
She like everything. She don't discriminate.
Again, I mean, who am I to say for somebody to love what they like? I mean, you might like ice cream, I might not like ice cream. You might like popsicle, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like what you like. You shouldn't discriminate against anybody, especially Black people. We already have so much against us. Why add that on top of that? You know?
Now I feel you. So thank you for you know, for answering the phone. I'm about to call somebody else, you know. She not like you, but, you know, she dibble and dabble too, you know. But like you said, you like everything. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, thank you again. You know, I appreciate you. So I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right. Bye.
Well. Hold on, people. I'm about to call because I want to get the perspective from an AG why they don't like straight women. Feel me? Yeah. Hold on, people. So what y'all doing on this lovely Sunday? Come on, what the hell? What's up, Big Ed Monica? Yeah, I know I'm a good looking ass nigga, you feel me? Yeah, man. Send your grandmother to me. Hold on, people. Yo, hold your peoples next to you. Your peoples there?
No, she's doing
Or
laundry.
alright, so I'm calling you because I need your opinion.
Okay.
I'm on the live still, and I want to know, why is it that lesbians discriminate against bisexual women? I just had somebody that basically told me she like everything. She don't discriminate. So I need someone that just like one thing, you know, who's not straddling the fence. You feel me? So just let me know. Why is it that you feel like lesbians discriminate against bisexual women? What you think it is?
Let me think. I feel like they discriminate because a lot of lesbians feel like because they don't like dick, that it's disgusting that they like dick, and the fact that they mixing and mingling, they just feel like that's just too much. Like that's honestly how I feel. Because they don't like it, they feel like you either, want to be in the gay crowd with the lesbians or the queers or whatever you want to call yourself, or be straight.
So, but all right, you being a femme, right? Like I'm gonna speak from an AG perspective. Like I said earlier, I don't understand it sometimes because if we gonna sit up there and say we not gonna talk to a bisexual woman, right? But we were chased behind a whole straight woman with 5 full kids. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't get that neither.
Like I don't understand it, so that's why I need someone that's a stud, or you consider yourself a grown man or an AG, because I'm not gonna be on here too long. I just need somebody else's perspective because I don't get it. How can you say that you don't like bisexual women or you ain't date a bisexual, but you will go date a whole woman that never been with a woman?
Yeah, like that's like, for instance, there are a lot of trans female to male, that once they fully transition, they don't want to deal with lesbians. They want to deal with straight females.
I'm not saying like you're gonna like what you like, but I just don't. I'm just wondering. Do you think that babies, because a woman is already, sometimes for some people, they rather not know, and it's like they rather go on that ride to find out. Like I think sometimes, all right, like for me.
Wait, go on that ride to find what? Wait, you got me lost.
I think some people like to go on a joyride. Like, you know what? I know she never been with a woman or whatever. Like, I'm one of those that be like, I'm gonna turn her out. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that.
So
like it's a thrill for them. Mm-hmm. Like they'd rather take something that they feel like it's gonna give them a challenge.
So my whole thing is like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't date, you know, the bisexual woman that's already keeping it a buck with you, or instead you go date someone that's like, you don't know if she's even is going to even last. Like, I've been in that situation. You know,
what? Been in a situation like where you was dealing with a female, and
like she never dated a woman, nothing.
Okay.
And you know, she would see me and be like, "Oh, that's my boo," and I'd be like, "Don't say that, because the next thing I'm gonna be in your bed." You know, which did happen. So yeah. But then, like I said, then you realize it's like, oh, there was more things behind that. I felt like, you know, her family,
yeah,
you know, religious background or whatever. But then I felt like I should never waste my time, because that's someone that never. That's why sometimes it's like they said, take your time and, you know, see what it is. But like I felt like I was just on some, I'm gonna get that, you know, which I kind of did, but you know, but like I said, I don't understand it. That's why I'm trying to call one of these AGs, because I really want to know.
Well, it's crazy that this is your topic of the night, because I did have a similar conversation, and I don't know if I'm going to give you, I guess, a different perspective, but from the conversation I had with this person, they told me that they rather deal with straight women than lesbians or bisexuals, because they feel like the lesbians and bisexuals is too extra. Like, you need to do too much for them.
Yeah, I hear this.
And I was like, what does that mean? And they felt like dating a straight woman was just so much easier, because everything didn't need to be talked about. Everything didn't need to be, like, I guess, at the hip, like, with them always doing some stuff together. Like, they felt like being with a bisexual girl or with a lesbian, like, you always got to do stuff with your partner.
I'm going to be honest with you. You know what that sound like? She's still with a nigga.
You said what?
I said, what that sound like? She's still with a nigga. And you still dealing with somebody else. Because how you go say y'all not at the hip, y'all ain't got to always do things
together?
Nah, they both out here trying other stuff. Like I said, trisexuals. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying.
But that was an AG's perspective.
Huh? I don't know. How
I took it was, nigga, please, like, you out here doing what you doing. That's why you sad. Because I feel like any female, especially, like, you know, like, every relationship is different. You know, with each person you choose to have a relationship with.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have a connection with certain people, you know, throughout, you know, all of your relationships. And it's probably like one or two where you can be around this person all the time and do any and everything with, and you don't mind. And then sometimes you're in a relationship with a person where you get along with them, but they may not like the same things or have the same interests as you. So, you know, y'all don't do as much together as you would have when you was with someone else. But I just feel like it depends on the person. But for you to just say, like, I don't know, like, for that to be their response was just, like, I felt like it was more to it than what they were saying.
I just feel like some of us can't deal with the fact that, like, you know, even when someone... Oh my God, the comment is getting crazy. Somebody said, I knew an AG. I knew an AG that was still sleeping with men under the quiet. No, she did not go there. Hold up. Who? No, she...
God. I know an AG that sleep with... What?
We not judging. Do whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. I just feel like you can be out here being like, I'm that nigga, and you getting, especially if it's not even from your lady. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Like, what I don't understand,
that was.
And not saying that I'm trying to be like close-minded about it, but I just don't understand like when AGs deal with trans females.
Why?
I'm like, I don't understand that, because it's like, I had to ask this person, like, so you consider yourself as a lesbian, but you don't, but you only date trans females. So I'm like, I don't know, like, that's kind of confusing for me. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, that topic I don't really touch when it comes to, like, not because I feel like I'm not open-minded, you know. I feel like it's a lot, because I feel like it's a topic where I don't, not saying I don't understand it, but I feel like it's a very sensitive topic. Like, me and you being a lesbian, I feel like we could talk about a lot. And, you know, I feel like people get sensitive when you might not even use their proper pronouns. So I try not even to touch on that topic. But like you say, you know, it's a lot to digest, because you try to, like, you know, but I don't know. Because, like, even in that sense, like you saying, it's a trans female.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. But you would sit there and say you're not bisexual. So it's like, you know, now that if you want to be technical,
like,
that person is a woman now. That was a man. So, but you're going to sit there and say you don't want to date nobody that's like, they basically bisexual in some way. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to get technical. So
that's where I was going at with it. And, like, they took offense to it. Like, they was just like we got into, like we kind of got into an argument about it. And I was like, it's no shade. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
At the end of the day, you gonna like what you like, and you know what I'm saying, ain't nobody gonna judge you. But like I said, I'm still trying to understand why is it that AGs really don't like bisexual females, but you would date a whole straight woman with 10 kids and help her take care of them kids. But you don't want to date someone that's being upfront with you, already telling you what to expect. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. It's like you want somebody to lie to you and be like, nah, I never been with a man. I never this. I always liked women. It's like, but she's telling you, the bisexual female's telling you, I like both.
Yeah.
My only issue with bisexual women is when you in a relationship, right, with one individual, are you the person that's just dibbling and dabbling, or is it when one relationship is over, you go to the next relationship? That's all I want to know. That's my only question.
I mean,
do you think that's like, you know, I think some people think
you saying if a female is bisexual, you want to know if they're in a relationship with
let's say they with a man. Let's say they with a man, right? I would like to know, like, when you with the man, like the person I spoke to first over the phone, right? And she was like, she liked everything. Miss Trisexual. Shout out to you. If she said that, if when you're in a relationship with a man, do you, while you with a man, are you sneaking behind that person back? Say you see a female that you like or attracted to, are you gonna be cheating on that person? Because I think that's what it is too with some people. When they think of bisexual people, they think of like you just perverted and over sexualized. Like you just out here want to hump on anything. You just want to hump on anything. Like
that could be the case too. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like whether you straight, bi, you can like people. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Do you think people think that's what it is? That, you know, since you say you bisexual, you can't just be with one person at a time. You probably gonna be flip flopping, or you know, just be out here cheating on me. Or as soon as you see a woman,
I feel like a lot of people feel like that when somebody says that they're bisexual, they feel like they date both at the same time. But I know bisexual females, like when they dealing with a girl, they dealing with a girl. When they dealing with a guy, they dealing with a guy. Mm-hmm. That's how they are.
I will hope so, you know, because we gotta protect ourselves, you know. But
I mean, yeah, you need to protect yourself regardless. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, you definitely need to protect yourself. But yeah, then there's people, you know, if they're not in a relationship and they're bisexual, there are females that she talks to, there are males that she talks to. Now, do I know if she's having sex with both parties at the same time? Nah, I don't know that, but I don't know. Like, some people do, some people don't.
So yeah, I hear my homie, what she said. She don't straddle the fence. She right, this is what it is in the middle, and she over here. She don't go over here. She stay here. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you somebody that like a little bit of everything, ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I'm still just trying to understand why my community discriminate against the bisexual one. Like, for me, you know, I got a lot of love in this shit. My lady out there, you feel me?
You so stupid. Oh, shit.
But yo, thank you for answering my call. I'm gonna call one more person, see if they answer. One of y'all AGs, manly man, answer y'all phone. Cause we need y'all perspective on this topic. I need a roughest of the roughest to answer. Cause I really need to know. You feel me? Alright, good looks, man.
Alright, later.
Look. Ooh, oh my God. You better answer. Oh, she don't know I'm calling her. She better answer. So what y'all thoughts on this for the straight people?
Nope.
Yo, what's up? I ain't gonna mention your name, but you on my live. You feel me?
Yo, no warning, but
So I have a question. Why do you feel like lesbians discriminate against bisexual women?
Yo, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was listening, and I can't even chime in because I don't identify as anything. I like only women, but I don't identify as anything, and I really don't know why people say they don't do this, they don't do that. And as I was sitting there thinking of the women I dated,
They all straight?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Most of them were bisexual. I think I only dated one that was a straight lesbian.
Wow. Yeah, I hear that, people. So that's why I don't understand. That's why I want to speak on this topic.
Yeah, I've never chased after. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I have like played with, but nothing to the point where I was like hounding them. But I poked at a straight woman to see if I could get them to flip. But for the most part, I mainly dealt with bisexual women.
But how when you were dealing with them, right? Have that ever made you feel? I don't want to use this word, like insecure a little bit. Like if you were in a relationship with them, you ever thought about, at any minute they could just decide to, that's it, just drop everything and just leave.
So the only one that like recently is the one where I'm just like, nah, she ain't. Like we have discussions about long-term relationships, but then at the same token, she said straight up, I'm not gay, and I'd be like, well then what the hell are you? If you gonna tell me you're not gay, but you talking about a long-term relationship, like we discuss possibly having a kid together, but then at the same token you want to tell me you're not gay, I don't get it.
Maybe so just for you.
Yeah.
You think that's what it is?
Maybe, but no, she's dated women before.
Oh wow. So it's crazy that your history is mostly with bisexual women.
As I was sitting there thinking about, like, that one had a baby after me, that one had a baby after me, and they was fucking. Them bitches was fucking.
Damn. I'm gonna say most of mine was, straight. Cause it's a thrill, it's a thrill. But
it's definitely a thrill, but I do notice the difference in when I was, dating bisexual women and then dating with straight, like.
So what would you say is the difference?
Because the one that was, straight lesbian, she only may have dealt with one man. Everything else has been a female. So when it comes to certain things, she was expecting certain things. Like for me, I used to date men.
Yeah.
It wasn't serious. All my friends dated men.
So you feel like that was, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it was kind of like that's just what we did, but it wasn't never to a point where it was a serious like relationship as if when I date women.
Yeah.
It's like my friends are dating dudes, so I'm dating dudes until I got up there and like I want to say college is when I really started like to say, all right, I'm gonna see what this female thing is about. And then I was like, oh shit, it's not bad. I actually felt like I was more attracted and it got more out of me. Feelings wise, with the dudes, it was pretty much like, all right, I'll link up with you when I link up with you. With females, it was just on some, damn, I want to be around her. I wanted this, I wanted that.
It's so crazy you said that, because that's how I felt. Like, I felt like college for me was when I really, felt comfortable, because I grew up in a very homophobic country, and that's where I was born. So I feel like I've seen a lot of things where it made you like, if I come out, niggas don't treat me different. But then I feel like at a certain point I was just like, you know what? I can't keep living for other people. And like you said, I noticed when I was around female, I felt much better. The feelings was different, Like when I would hear females talk about, oh, I was with my boyfriend. And they'd be like, I just felt something. I felt like we were supposed to this. And I'm like, I ain't never felt nothing like that.
Right.
Like, but when I'm with a female, it's like, ooh, I'm a whole rabbit, just want to hump on her. So it's just like, okay, you want to get to know that person. You want to make time for them. You want to chill. So, but like you said, that's crazy. It's really crazy. But it is. I still don't understand why is it that like even especially the hardcore AGs is like, nah, I can't date no bisexual female. I don't get it. Like I'm still trying to understand it, but like you say, you don't really identify as as anything.
I don't, and then when I think about it, I haven't really met or maybe I haven't really been around that type of individual to where they was just like, nah, I only want this and I don't want that. I never really hung around, people like that. Like people was always like, this is who I'm after. It don't matter if you straight, gay, bi, if they into you, they go and pursue you, and once they, interact with you, it was what it was. And the relationship went where it went.
Yeah.
That was just it. So I think if I could sit at the table with somebody talking about, nah, I don't want to get no bisexual, like it is what it is at the end of the day. You could get your heart broken, like
with anybody.
With anybody, like you just, do what you do. Don't discriminate.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. But it's getting to 9:00. Thank you for answering. I appreciate you. I know I called you out of nowhere. That was my bad. But like y'all hear the people speak, man. I got perspective from 3 different people. You have one that she like a little bit of everything. That's my homie trisexual. Then you had the lesbian that just say, she just stay on one side. Then I have my other sis, she was like, I don't have no labels, So maybe another time we could really talk to one of them hardcore sisters out there,
That's right. I'm ready to hear that.
Yeah, because it's just, you know, I just like to have conversation with different people just to see, because I feel like sometimes we just want to listen to, you know, one side, and it's not like that. Everybody's different, so it's good to try to get an understanding. But thank you for tuning in. This is the second episode of Black Women Don't Black podcast. Next episode will be covering mental health within our community with both men and women.